Hey guys, Spartan here for SpartanTrading.com for January 12th, 2022. Just a daily recap video for you guys, as always. Let's quickly take a look at the SPY this morning. Basically, we had the CPI data come out. We did play it on the long side, scalped it to the upside. Basically, what I was looking at today was we could maybe get into the 473.80 level, which is the head and shoulders on the daily. And then I was expecting a pullback basically the rest of the day or consolidation if we got to that area. We ended up getting close to it. That head and shoulders area got rejected in a pullback. Basically consolidated all day, and that's kind of where we kind of just sat on our hands, scalped a little bit here and there. A little bit choppy because of that, of course, when you get stuck in these ranges, but on the hourly we're flagging, uptrend still holding. So that's all good stuff there. Some of the names that we traded today, we took Tesla long out the gate. That worked out really nicely. Had relative strength the entire day. We ended up rolling, or we rolled into some 1150 calls in the morning, right when we were taking the equity off. And then we ended up selling those 1170s against the 1150s for about a 15-cent credit on a bullish spread. So no matter what happens, we'll make money on that, which is nice. But yeah, it was a good little trade. That spread's up 1900%. It does get skewed a little bit when you turn it into a credit if you're waiting to sell the 1170s against it, but still, nice little trade there, and I'm happy with that one. That was probably the best trade of the day, I would say. A couple other things that we took, we were in this Vine pretty quickly out the gate as well. Scalped that to the upside for a couple points. That was a good trade. Then we played the little flag break in the afternoon. Played it once, and then we had the rest of it looking for a more continuation push. Had stops at entries. Ended up getting stopped out the rest of that one. What else did we do? We did Microsoft this morning. That was a good one. We did the 325s, and we also did the 330s, 325s. We ended up selling most of it, and then basically putting stops at entries, getting stopped out the last little piece. And then the 330s, we had a nice couple 100% trade on that. And then, again, ended up getting stopped out the rest after it pulled back down. But that was a good little trade as well. What else did we do? We did a little bit of Rivian for a 1-point scalp on the equity side this morning. We did Jewel for about a 50-cent scalp to the upside this morning as well on the equity side. A couple other things that we did: Coin, equity scalp, upside. Airbnb, we ended up getting short and then taking it off pretty quickly. 166, it had about like 50 cents that we locked in, and then we ended up getting out of that position just because things were kind of stagnant at the lows. Also, SPY was coming into that uptrend. Same thing with this Twilio long. We're looking to play it on the bounce side, or sorry, on the short side. We ended up just taking that one off flat and then trying to play the bounce, which didn't end up working at that end of the day, so that's okay. One of the names that didn't work for us today. We tried to take that rally. That one didn't work. It was kind of more of a flat trade. Didn't really go anywhere on that one, which is fine. We did a little bit of NVCR for a scalp intraday, which ended up being pretty decent into that 73.80 area. VIR, we ended up scalping as well towards 41s. Ended up exiting most of that position once it got extended to the upside. Decent little play there. Equity side, pretty good hit rate, I'd say overall. A couple things didn't work. When they didn't work, it wasn't like a huge pullback. UPST, option scalp this morning. That was okay. BABA, we had a nice little 140 scalp this morning as well. The best options trade today was DWAC, aside from Tesla. And this is one that we held overnight. We just continued to hold it today. 70 calls, ended up getting up to 550% on those. And I think we get from further continuation. Bunch of stuff didn't work today on the option side. Some of the things that didn't. Facebook ended up failing pretty quickly out the gate. So we had a smaller position on that one. On the starter size, didn't work. Oracle, same thing. Smaller position, Lotto sized, and ended up getting out of that one. And same with CAT. CAT, Oracle, basically looked like they were going to break out this morning, but had a bunch of head fakes. And then there was a lot of small little wins on things like Low. We did scalp SPY calls to the upside, which ended up working nicely, and puts intraday a couple different times and rolling those out. We did a Teladoc put that worked out nicely on the downside. AMAT Lotto calls to the upside, which ended up getting out for 10 cents. Really, profit wasn't too much, but it was a decent little trade, I guess. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. A little bit of a choppy day overall. Decent. Just had to manage the risk. That's all. And I think realistically it was pretty forgiving. I think this is bullish consolidation for the upside. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have any questions, you can go to SpartanTrading.com. And again, watch for recaps daily. Thanks for watching. See ya.